and Charles Davis.
Larry, we haven't had NFL football in this city for 22 years, but football is back here in Los Angeles. Today, we've got a good NFC matchup on tap between the Arizona Cardinals and the Los Angeles Rams. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, Charles, you look at this Rams team as they interplay. They were winners last time out, so they'll be looking, Charles, to make it 2 in a row.
And what I enjoyed when I watched their game tape and their victory last week is they put it together in every phase. Good offense, good defense, and some key plays on special teams. Let's see if they can get that second win in a row.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Cardinals here, they get a stern road test as they come into this one after losing in London a week ago.
Yeah, the schedule makers gave them a pretty tough stretch here. I think we'll know early on whether these guys are ready to play.
On first down, Newton. Quick hitter here, it's complete. A gain of 6 there on first.
In recent years, the slot receivers really gained stature in the NFL because they can do so many things. Yes, they can line up wide like your normal wide receiver, but to have that kind of courage and toughness to run routes in the middle of the field and become dependable targets for their quarterbacks and move the sticks, those guys are worth their weight in gold.
And a first carry of the game here for Trey Mason. And he is going to lose yardage here. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's third down.
I'm not sure they could have had a better call there for the defense. Blitz was called, and they're setting up for a draw. When you're blitzing, you're likely to beat them to the punch because they're going to take a little extra time to set up. Talk about the offensive line. In this case, you'll get into the backfield before they can get set up.
This defense looking for an early stop. This is third down and 6. Throwing on third down, Newton. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. A gain of 19 and picking up the first. Well, we saw the practice film this week. They wanted to focus on these intermediate passing plays, and it paid off there.
And they took that focus not just to the practice field, but in the film room to show the guys exactly what they wanted, what types of looks they should expect to get, and how they would beat those coverages each and every time, and it paid off on that play.
And here's a look at the starting offense. From the 50, Newton. And the pressure will bring him down here. The Cardinals get home for the sack. Robert Kimdichie in there to bring him down for a loss of 7. Well, they were coming out of the 4-3 defensively. Pressure coming off that right side from the DN.
And that's the blind side of most quarterbacks. If you're right-handed, that's the side you don't see quite as well, and that's why you rely on your left tackle, maybe your highest-paid offensive lineman, to take care of you. In this situation, that didn't happen.
To throw is Newton, and he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up fourth down.
Partner, how many times have you heard it? Pressure creates diamonds, right? But it also bursts pipes. And on that one, that's what they got. They got after him, and he was fortunate just to get rid of it.
Yeah, he just had to chuck it away. And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback. Try a little trickery here on the end around. And he'll find some space up to about the 25. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. And how about this wide receiving core, Charles?
Well, I was at the hotel watching a little film, and you popped your head in and said, these receivers are pretty good from what I can tell. You're exactly right. Can't wait to see them do their thing out on the field.
second down following the run. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And he will find his man on the outside. And he takes this one just shy of midfield all the way to the 49. That one goes for 24 yards. And now a first down following that long gain. They'll run it now out of the gun. And good penetration here. He'll get this down only to about the 49-yard line.
Now let's go. No. Check. Patriot.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Sideline throw. It's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes in bounds.
If you're running out route, it's likely you end up near the sideline. And what did we just see there?
Toe tap.
You got it. The benefits of practice. Toe tapping, foot dragging, picking it up, and making sure it was a catch.
The Rams go nickel here defensively on third. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And he's got his man on the out route. They give him 12 yards and a first down.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs.
Some think that teams really won't throw a slant route unless you have a receiver that has a lot of stature to him. But sometimes the little guys, they get lost in there. People can't really locate them, and they run that quick cut on the slant, and oftentimes they can turn it into big plays.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. Michael Brocker's in on the stop. Out of the gun. They'll look to throw. And this complete to Henry over the middle. That catch good for 5. It's third down.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
Out of the gun now on third down. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Third down is a down. Both sides know they absolutely have to win. And the name of the game for the defense is pressure on the quarterback. But pressure on the quarterback with contact, that's how you end up winning it.
And his kick is good. And the Cardinals have the first points. It's 3-0. So our initial drive here this afternoon results in 3. I'm not sure that was a statement necessarily, but getting points on the road, never a bad thing.
No question about it, Brandon. You had a crowd that was all fired up during pregame introductions, yet you're able to quiet them just a little bit by taking their early lead.
Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. Here comes the Cardinals defense. They head out and get set here. Starting the drive with Mason on the ground. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. They give them 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
I thought guys that were over 30 weren't supposed to run the football this well in the National Football League. How about that veteran leadership? A big-time run combined with some nice blocking by his offensive line, showing that the ins and outs of being a veteran still has his place in this league. His odometer is not totally turned over yet.
On the ground again, it's Mason. And he is going to lose yardage here. He lost 6 there on the first down play.
Well, on that play, the expression, don't blink, you might miss something, certainly applied. That was fast. Defense diagnosed the play, and it was over in a heartbeat.
They'll come out in the pistol. Again, we'll see the pistol here. To throw on second down is Newton. Going right side here, and that's complete. And they'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for third down. He had time, was able to survey the field and find a soft spot in that zone coverage.
And that's where it gets difficult for a defender, Brandon. You go to your spots on the field that you have to cover, and when the offense finds an area that you're not in, that's where they throw the football.
Toward the sideline, did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge, and that's good enough for a first down.
And that's how you pick up a first down. Not only does he make the catch, but has enough body control to get his feet down inbounds, toe tapping and dragging to make sure he gets it done.
And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
The insistence of speed at every position is really seen at the defensive end spot. These guys in the old days were often outside linebackers. They just pushed them forward because they wanted to play fast and get to the quarterback or the running backs quicker than ever before.
The intended receiver was Trey Mason, and it's third down. And this defensive line will be looking to control the point of attack.
And that's what they've done throughout this season. This is a terrific unit. They play together very, very well, and they don't permit big plays to happen.
The defense in an enviable position here. The offense needs 13 yards. It's third down. Third and long, it's Newton. And he's going to be taken down. Back across midfield, just across midfield at the 49. Third and long, defense with no fear. They brought the pressure.
Zero fear at all. That means they feel really good about the guys who are going to cover. But the biggest one is they think their pressure will get there before he has a chance to find an open receiver.
He gets this away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And this will carry out of bounds. Where are they going to spot it now? At about the 18-yard line, it looks like. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. And they had a long drive last time, but they had to settle for a field goal, and I'm sure that's how it felt to them, settling. They probably should have gotten in the end zone.
Yeah, not out-and-out joy, right? Because that's what you get when you put the ball in the end zone. But there are benefits to that type of a long drive. Your defense gets a chance to take a break, adjust a little bit, maybe get themselves ready to get back out on the field and play a little bit better. So they'll take the benefit even though they wanted the 6 points.
Yeah, maybe wore down the other defense. We'll see. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
A 1-yard gain can look like a disaster, but it all depends on how the game is going. Is it a series of 1-yard gains running the ball? If that's the case, you might have to start thinking about throwing it a little bit more. But if it's just the occasional 1-yard run, hey, congratulations to the defense. They won that one. Come back and get them the next time.
Now back to throw. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Well, partner, I guess that answers the question about whether they're going to sit on it or not.
It does. Now we'll see if they try that again.
Yeah, I think what we find on plays like that, when you take that shot, if you're unsuccessful, then you go way more conservative to finish the half, you know? I think that's the way they'll go.
And defensively, it's a nickel formation here on 3rd down and 9. He'll drop to throw. And he took the contact as he was throwing it, and the ball drops incomplete.
Putting pressure on the guy throwing the football is always good, but when you can couple that with contact on him that leads to an incompletion, as we just saw there, that's winning football.
And a tough ask here. They're going to go for it on 4th down and 9. They'll try and throw for it here. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that's caught at the 25. Touchdown, Cardinals. Their dangerous wide receiver with another touchdown, number 24 on the year. And the Cardinals now adding on to their lead. So it was fourth down. They go deep to try to pick up the first. They pick up more than that. They pick up a score.
I'm not even sure the analytics guys would think that was a good gamble. Fourth down there, going for it. But they pressed the issue. And not only did they complete the pass downfield, how about the run after?
Back here with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. We've had the kickoff to begin the first quarter. Now it's time for the second quarter kickoff, as we'll see one following the score on the final play before break. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
They fake the give. Newton surveying the field. Throw left side, complete to Sharp. A good pickup there at 22. We often, with Cam Newton, talk a lot about his legs. Don't forget about that arm.
He can throw it on a rope. He can loft it. He's got the touch that's been developed throughout his career. But the big part about just watching him throw it seems almost effortless.
They'll run here with Mason. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
It's been a struggle this entire game trying to move the ball on the ground. But every now and then you find a little chink in the armor, and that type of run right there lets them know that they can't stop every single run for almost no gain.
They'll run again with Mason. And able to push forward for right around 3 yards down to the 42.
Tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. Now Mason. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. He needed 2, he got 1, and that's going to leave him with 4th down and a yard.
So many things go into making a good play on defense. In this situation, just not being blown out of the way was a big start, and then a nice tackle to finish things off.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And out of bounds, sailed over, looked like right near the pylon. This one's going to be perfect. Directional kicking at its finest, right down at the 1-yard line. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. Back to throw now in his own end zone. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And they will take over at the 26-yard line. When you're on your own 1-yard line like they were, oftentimes you're thinking just run on any down, get some space. There they elect to throw it. It cost them.
You get the sense that they were banking on the element of surprise, right? Everyone expects you to run it there. Let's take a shot. Let's throw it. Try and create some space, some room. And it went awry, didn't it?
Looking for the end zone. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up second down.
How many times when we see an incomplete pass, we just look at the receiver and say, should have caught that one. That was a drop, and we just put it on the offense. How about a little credit for the defense there? They just forced an incompletion.
Yeah, especially after starting in a tough spot defensively, but a good start there on first down.
That gave them a little extra confidence there, starting, as you said, in a tough spot and being able to make a play on first down. Partner, we're into the second quarter, and I guess you can kind of look at it both ways. The offense, they've got to figure out what they're going to do because they haven't scored any points. But if you're the defense, you're feeling great about what you've got going on. The only concern you have, if you get to the half, what adjustments will the offense make to try to defeat you?
Throwing on third down, Newton. That is caught inside the 5. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. Their dangerous wide receiver with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Rams have got this back to a one-score game. And he puts it through. Scoring summary, 3-play drive. And the result for the Rams, a touchdown. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. This is taken at his 4. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25. And the Rams defense, they make their way back out there now. And the interception the last time they were out there ended up leading to a touchdown.
So the only thing they didn't get really was the pick 6. Because that's what everyone wants. Take it immediately to the end zone. But their offense capitalized on the takeaway and turned it into the 6 points they were looking for.
Yeah, set them up pretty, got the touchdown. Now they're back out there defensively. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Give them 12 yards on that one. It earns them a fresh set of downs. So the run moves the chains, and here we go on first down.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty. Can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary. That led to a really nice game. And that's exactly what you want on a first down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. They'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
3rd and 5, so they bring in an extra defensive back.
Expecting pass. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Going to throw right side here, complete. And now off to the races, down the right side. Touchdown, Cardinals. A big play there. His 9th touchdown of the season. And the Cardinals will extend their lead. Great corner route there. Not only able to catch it, turn it upfield, and get into the end zone.
It usually involves a little bit of an extra move, doesn't it? You've got to get them thinking that you're moving to the middle of the field, and you're breaking away to that corner. Boy, that was well executed.
Just a 4-play drive that time. And it winds up in a touchdown for Arizona. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. So now here are the Rams as their offense comes back out. Last time they were out, they scored. Still trailing here, though, so some work to do.
But it's okay in terms of mindset. Because they scored the last time, they're not quite as worried about being down on the scoreboard. Because
now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line.
Well, surprise, surprise, partner. No, we know it's not a surprise. When you try to complete a pass against this Cardinals defense, there's a reason that they are known as the no-fly zone.
Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
Man, confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively.
Let's go. Blue 90. Blue 90. 56, Mike, boy, 56. Check 56. Black 99 Philly. Here we go. All right, here we go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. But I think a Cardinal was able to gain possession, yes, so they will hold on to the ball. Now we're going to get a stoppage here as we've got an injured Cardinal on the field. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. They'll need to get this to the 38. That's where the first down marker is here on third.
All right, here we go. Green 30. Leopard.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. He was looking for his tight end, Hunter Henry, and it's fourth down.
All right, let's go ahead and try and get into the body and the mind of the linebackers. Yeah, I know they're bigger and stronger than I ever was, but in this situation, they understood what was going on as much as the offensive guys, because the offensive guys always taught find the first down sticks and make the play. Well, on defense, what do you want to do? Guard the first down line. Make sure they don't get there and tackle them in front. They were able to drop in their zone coverage, figure out where the first down line was, and end up making the play, swatting it away so they couldn't get the completion.
So here we go. The offense is going to stay out there. They're going for it on 4th and 8. On a delay of game there, they could not get the playoff in time.
Frustrating for the head coach, frustrating for the offense. Sometimes you have to get the play call in a little bit quicker.
Looks like the offense is going to take another shot here. They're going on 4th and 13.
Detroit! All right, here we go. Blue 90.
They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cardinals. Their dangerous wide receiver. His 25th touchdown. Tying Emmitt Smith for the 5th most in one season. And the Cardinals now adding on to their lead. Wow, talk about a big 4th down conversion for the score. Defensively, how do you let that happen?
I think you start with the offense and you give them credit for going for it and having that kind of, well, let's face it, audacity. But defensively, I think you're right on target, partner. There's no way something like that's supposed to happen in that situation. You're supposed to be able to shut that down and get the ball back for your own team. Instead, they give up not just a big play, but a touchdown.
And the Rams now coming out on the field. And last time, one play interceptions. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a one-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in it, and let him fling another one. Well, so much for him being bottled up throughout the day. Finally finds a way to break through and get a really nice gain. The defense had felt great about what they had going. Now they've got to turn their attention to getting it back in that direction. Can they bottle him up again? Because I'd say after that run, confidence is pretty high for him.
Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and it's going to be a first down. Well done.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you can get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
Now a first down throw for Newton. And a quick throw here, that's complete. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. And that's one of his advantages of a passer, is now with his height, setting back there in the pocket, firing it over the middle, he can really see everything clearly.
It is, and I know that other quarterbacks get it done different ways, all right? You don't have to be his height to make a great play, but what he does is he takes away having to make those slide steps in the pocket to find angles to throw the ball through. He just throws right over the top of it because he can see everything, and sometimes that saves time and gets the ball to a receiver quicker.
We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll hand you off to Orlando, where Larry Ridley will have highlights and analysis of this first half of action. And this is going to be incomplete. Tajay Sharp, the intended target. And fourth down coming up.
Not too many things get to a quarterback of this magnitude, but I think it's safe to say that pressure can get to any quarterback.
Now, he's obviously a great franchise quarterback, but felt the pressure, threw it incomplete. And this is good. It was running out of gas there at the end, but he winds up getting just enough on it. And that will close the gap down to 14. A little bit of a lower trajectory there on the deep kick, and it worked.
Had to do it because he had to drive it out low because of the length of the kick. Able to do that, got it above the defense and over the post.
Out comes this field general once more, leading his offense back onto the field. He's played a pretty clean first half, a touchdown, no interceptions.
Frankly, that's what they expect out of it. They want to see the ball thrown and thrown well, and he's able to do that and put it in the end zone. They'd love to see more of that before this game finishes. But right now, he's got his team in a good spot.
A good spot, maybe looking for touchdown pass number 2 here in the second quarter. And he'll push his way forward to about the 32. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
Well, we all know the guy carrying the ball is going to get the credit, both in the stat line and probably in the newspaper. But guess what? Those guys creating holes, they couldn't feel better about themselves right now. Offensive line, tight end, probably even the wide receivers are involved. They're moving the ball well.
So we've got a 2nd and 5. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
On every offensive coordinator, every play caller sheet, they have about 5 or 6 plays per game that they call shot plays or big plays, and you don't get many opportunities to dial them up, and they just did, and they drop it with a great chance to make a big play. That's going to hurt.
So 3rd and 5, 3rd and medium here.
Here we go now. 3-19.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
On any passes in the middle of the field, anyone who's going after the football is going to be conscious that it's probably going to be contested and often physically. Sometimes that leads to drops.
And taken right on the 30. 35 yards that time on the punt. And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10. Getting set to go again here, Cam Newton marches back onto the field. And how does he rally the troops, so to speak? He's played well, but they're down big on the scoreboard. How does he get his guys going?
To make sure they understand it's not a me game, it's a team game. Everyone has to come together. Everyone has to up the level of play a little bit, including himself, and find a way to make some plays in order to give them a little bit of a spark and rally the team.
We'll see if they can indeed rally down big on the scoreboard right now.
I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it. Back to the air, Newton on 2nd down. On the screen, this is Mason. Able to get him. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime.
Check. 4 down.
From the gun on third down, Newton. And he will find his man on the outside. Touchdown, LA! A big play there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Rams are able to get back within a touchdown.
I think everyone in the league talks about finishing, don't they? Doesn't matter whether it's a quarter, a half, a game, a series, whatever. But they're finishing the first half in fine style, putting that one in the end zone.
They did, and they didn't leave much time on the clock either. Well done. This is taken at his 4. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Here he is, the man taking the snaps under center, heading out for the next possession. They've got the lead. He's a big reason why. Looking sharp so far.
And as we travel around the league, we see quarterbacks get it done in a variety of ways. But today's NFL does tell us one thing. If that guy doesn't play well, their team's not going to win. And right now he's got his team in the lead.
And now they'll look to extend that lead. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. They'll try and start this drive in the air. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that one will fall incomplete. Clock here now just under 30 seconds to go in this first half.
I guess they figure with a guy who is that hot downfield, who knows how to get the ball into the end zone, you throw it up and give him every opportunity, even though that one fell incomplete.
Yeah, he's already been in the end zone multiple times, tried to target him again deep there, but unsuccessful. He'll try again with the arm here on second down. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he goes out of bounds across the 40-yard line. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
First down, he'll drop to throw. He's going to float this one deep right side. And that will be incomplete with the clock showing 18 seconds now to go.
Fans do love the long ball, don't they? And he already found his guy once. Tried to give him another chance there, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. Couldn't connect, but as you alluded to, he does have that touchdown from earlier, trying to keep him in the rhythm. So 2nd and 10 here. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively.
Here we go now. Boom, over. No. Check, Patriot.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. He's going to take another shot here. And that will be incomplete with a clock down now to 13 seconds.
Well, partner, I think the defensive fellas got the memo, and they decided to cover him on that play.
Yeah, he's already up over 100 yards in this game. They tried a deep shot, couldn't get him.
Yeah, when you've had that much success, finally someone said, let's try and put a stop to it and put people on him.
So here we go now. An extra defensive back in there on 3rd and 10.
Check, Patriot. Back down in Philly. Here we go.
Back to throw again. Incomplete. And we're down to 8 seconds now.
Well, no second guessing the call here. It was 3rd and long, so throwing the football was probably the smart play to try and pick it up. But they don't get it, and now the defense goes off the field feeling pretty good about themselves, gaining some momentum as they force them into a likely punting situation.
And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. And the D looking like they may blitz. So we have reached halftime with the visiting Cardinals out. All right, hang on here. We'll jump over halftime. Just let the system and graphics catch up. Okay, all set. Third quarter now. That'll be taken in the end zone. So here's the Cardinals offense now as they get set to start this third quarter. They have the lead now. They'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. And quickly, they get to the line.
Let's go! 3-19! 3-19! Back 99 Philly, here we go!
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. Well, the numbers have been good in the passing game and certainly a big reason why they have the lead. But now here, third quarter, maybe go to the run game a little more?
Yeah, perhaps. I mean, after that incompletion, a little credit to the defense for shutting them down on that play. Maybe you try and run the football a little bit more in this spot. But they have to feel good about how they've been throwing it overall.
And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively. Time running out here on the play clock. On third down, he'll drop to throw. Flushed out right. And got his man complete. And they're going to get this one all the way out across the 45. And with the big gain, they'll go ahead and decline the penalty. They'll look to throw here on first down. Throwing left side, it's complete. Touchdown, Cardinals. Their dangerous wide receiver. His first touchdown on the year. And the Cardinals will extend their lead.
I think if you polled defensive backs, they would say the corner route, take that out, make it illegal, because that is so hard to recognize and so hard to adjust because your first move is to not get beat in the middle of the field. And that's how they move you first before they break off to the corner.
But then as the wide receiver, great job. It's tough to turn those upfield and go, but he did a great job with it there.
Really good balance, really good body control, and have
time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't.
Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
It's a tried and true throw the ball, pressure on them and make it tough. That's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete.
His teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and
he's going to take this one in for a Rams touchdown. Trey Mason, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Rams have got this back to a 1-score game. Solid job up front, really just a solid job all the way around to get that one in.
That was well executed, wasn't it? Well blocked, well run, end result, 6 points.
Touchdown. So that drive, 4 plays. And it winds up with a touchdown for Los Angeles. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. And they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the defense. Obviously, they'll be looking to stop them from punching it back in the end zone.
It always is punch-counter-punch, isn't it? And which team has the advantage? Well, let's just go back. Last time on offense, they rolled downfield, got into a good rhythm. You can see a little more bounce in and out of the huddle. You can see the sideline really get into the game. So defensively, you're thinking to yourself, How do we take that away from them? How do we get the advantage back? Let's see what they come up with. I think pressure is always the first way to go.
You love pressure.
I love it.
We'll see if they dial it up this drive. So you got the lead here in the second half. Obviously, you love big runs like that at any time. Here you really like them.
And how about the confidence that's being exhibited by that offense now? They don't care what you're lining up doing on the defensive side. They want the big fella to carry the football and carry it often.
And now inside the red zone, the offense will operate. First and goal, defense with their backs against the wall. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a second and goal. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
And here now it's second and goal. Ball on the 7-yard line. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's going to set up a third and goal.
In my book, that's running the ball well, but with intelligence. How about him keeping the clock moving, staying in bounds?
Yeah, even though it's the third quarter, you're thinking ahead, aren't you? This is where your running game can really help you with a lead in the second half.
I agree totally. It's not just end-of-the-half situations that you worry about the clock. It's throughout the game. And with a lead, stay in bounds. Make them fight harder to try and catch you.
Now they bring a receiver in motion right. Big play here. Third down and goal from the 2. And he is in for 6. Touchdown, Cardinals. A great play there. His second touchdown on the season. And the Cardinals now adding on to their lead. Able to punch it in on third down makes it easier for those guys on the sideline. They didn't have a fourth down decision to make.
Yeah, could you feel the exhale? Because they were already thinking ahead, as all the good coaching staffs do. Anticipating, will we have to make the call? They already had it lined up, never even got to it.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This one taken just inside the 10. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. After some early struggles running the ball, they've really picked it up. Early it just seemed like there were no holes there. Now all of a sudden the holes seem to be there. I don't know if that's just my imagination.
And give them credit that they kept their confidence, because sometimes when you get stuffed big in the running game early, especially for an entire half, it really makes you retreat a little bit, but not this group. They always have the confidence. If they just get their assignments down, they would get in sync with their runners, and off they went.
The drive begins with Mason. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be second and 8.
Yeah, that wasn't a big run, just a short one there. But guess what? Sometimes you treat it like boxing. You throw that jab out there, and you throw it again, you throw it again, then you come with a big punch later. Maybe they're just trying to set them up.
Here's Newton now on second down. Over the middle, Sharp's got it complete. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
And 3 yards there takes him to the 45.
We always like to talk about defense in terms of levels. First level defensive line, second level linebackers, third level defensive backs. On that run, that was what we call a first level run, and it was stopped by a second level player.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And no room that time, getting it to about the 46. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's third down. And the defense searches for one more stop here after the run on second down. From the gun on third down, Newton. And he can't come up with a pick. Nearly his second of the game. Instead, fourth down.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense that fell harmlessly to the ground. Here's Johnny Hacker now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. The Cardinal offense now making their way back out onto the field. This up to about the 40. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him, so when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
Much room to operate as he'll get this up only to about the 41. They got 2 of the 3 they needed there. Leaves them with 3rd and just a yard.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
Trying a little razzle-dazzle on 3rd and short. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th. They'll try and throw for it here. And this is incomplete. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Rams get the football in outstanding field position. Boy, sitting on a 2-score lead at this stage in the game, that punter, he must be pretty lonely over there on the sideline thinking, why in the world was my number not called there?
As far as he's concerned, the check will still cash, right? It is your choice not to use me in this situation. But I also look at it this way. You know, some coaches are more aggressive than others. They just want to take care of the football, have the ball on offense, and go at it that way. So a very interesting call, but he wants to take care of the ball himself.
And after the play on the ground, that brings up 2nd down here. Mason, and he is going to lose yardage here. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down.
When you're putting together a formula for winning defense, it's exactly what we're seeing in this game. Controlling the line of scrimmage, attacking, and changing everything so that now they're playing in the offense's backfield. They're playing an excellent game.
We'll see Kelsey in the slot to the left. A shotgun snap for Newton. He's got time in the pocket. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. It'll be a loss of 8 on the sack, and it's going to lead him to 4th down. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds. Here's the Arizona offense now as they get set to take over. And last time they were very fortunate, this offense. They went for it on 4, turned it over in their own territory, but the other guys held up. They didn't give up any points.
So how about the guy with the #1 headset on the sidelines, the head coach? That was planned going into it, not necessarily to not get the first down or to have the defense have to hold
But he
up.
trusted his defense.
Trusted his defense very much, and I think that's how he's going to play this game. Go for it, be aggressive, because I've got the wild bunch backing me up over here on my own sideline.
Now we'll see what his offense can do. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
But really, that was no surprise there. They've been running it well all game. And I know goals change all the time, but any team will take that type of run each and every time.
See if they stay on the ground for second down. They'll need to get the play off quickly. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And he slings one that's incomplete.
That was a classic example of trying to run with the ball without securing the catch. He was thinking about those rack yards instead of making the catch first and then taking off.
And the offense in that middle ground here on third down, 5 yards to go. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And it's complete. Henry. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a first down. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks.
And fits the exact right word. Over the middle, there's almost always traffic. So anytime you're a receiver in that area, you're not just focused on catching the football. You're wondering where the collision's going to come from, right? Because there's almost always someone there able to concentrate, catch it, and even added a little extra at the end with a short run.
They'll look to throw now on first down. And he's got his man on the out route. That throw good for 4. It's second down. Completed pass play. Now let's see if they go back to the air or to the ground. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. Again, he'll drop to throw. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. Call it a gain of 5. And that's going to make it third down and less than a yard. We're off to the fourth quarter here in Week 15. Happy holidays to all. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Los Angeles. It's Cardinal football. They're also out in front of the scoreboard as we get set for the fourth. Completed pass on second down. Now it's third down as the defense looks for the stop. They come out with one back and 3 tight ends. It's a gain of just a couple there, but it's enough to get them the first.
I don't know about you, but I like this call. 3rd and inches, and instead of worrying about getting it back to a running back and maybe there's some penetration from the defensive front, just go ahead and take it, move forward, and pick up the first down.
And as we say often, shows confidence in your offensive line. So it'll be first down here after the run. They'll run it now out of the gun. And no room that time, getting it to about the 46. Give them a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8. And they're going to speed things up here.
All right, here we go. Green, 39. Green, 39. Gun.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Steps away to his left. And he slides to avoid the hit. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
So here we go, 1st and 10 now.
Watch it now, Barney. No. Check. Picture 19.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. They're going to hurry back to the line now. The fourth quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks. He's played a great game. It continues right there, even with this lead, confident to throw the pass and have the reception made.
There's no doubt who the leader of their team is there? There's no doubt who they want to ride all the way to the finish, because strategy would tell you run the football, run the clock down. Instead, they're letting him throw it because they feel that confident in what he's getting done.
Well, just play after play after play on this long drive for the offense.
All right, now, look at 56.
Now a handoff working right, and he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down. And now for the offense, this is play number 11 here on this drive. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo.
No. Check.
And now here's a carry heading left, and hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose, and his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line.
partner, that one looked like it was over. I mean, they had control, had the football, and the defense had to make a play in order to keep them in the game. That's exactly what they did.
And now that door ajar, 2-score game, so hold on here, not done in the fourth. Following the fumble recovery, Newton. He's got the hook up here on the comebacker, complete. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains.
As if he didn't have enough to think about on that route, the comeback route, coming back to the football and catching it, still had to make sure he toe-tapped and kept himself in bounds.
And that was spectacular, but on the comeback route, maybe a little easier to deal with the sideline since you've got better vision of it.
I think that's a great point because you should know exactly where you're going and know how much space you have and make sure you get your feet down. But, yeah, coming back to the football, I like it. Good vision. Anytime a ball's thrown in the middle of the field that's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch. It doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
Now it's Newton. And this one caught by Travis Kelce. 17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue. It's a first down. Well, clearly one of his advantages as a passer is his height. Sit back in the pocket, fired over the middle. That makes things tougher defensively, doesn't it?
It really does because your goal is to move the quarterback off his initial spot when he gets his drop back completed. But when you have that type of height, he can stay in there if he's willing to take the hits and just fire over the top, which saves him time and actually completes a play a little bit quicker than it normally does for a quarterback who has to slide and find open space to throw.
So after that big gain, let's see what else the offense has up its sleeve. Out of the gun, Newton. And it's complete. He's got it in the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. Their dangerous wide receiver with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Rams are able to get back within a touchdown. Well, that's about as quick of a passing touchdown as you'll ever see right there.
Everyone has a section in their playbook called the quick game. That was a super quick game. Out of the hands of the thrower, bam, right to the receiver, successfully for a touchdown.
How in-depth is that quick game part of the playbook?
It's pretty in-depth because people want the ball in the hands of the quarterback into the playmaker's hands downfield as fast as possible. There are a lot of plays, a lot of options involved with that.
Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, punt the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise, it's going to be a long day for you. And the game just keeps evolving. Big guys running those corner routes, so difficult to cover.
The play clock's running down. Now with just 1 second showing on the play clock, we're going to get a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10.
Watch it now, Barney, gone! Here we go now. Green, 39!
And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. And at this stage of the game, time a factor, time on their side as they just try to eke out the final precious moments of this one. And he's going to be met at about the 43. Charles, I know it's hard when live bullets are flying, but you cannot keep your hand up around the face mask area.
It is absolutely inexcusable nowadays. We talk about target areas all the time. You have to aim lower so that your hand doesn't get involved in the face mask.
Time is starting to run out, really becoming a factor. We'll see if the defense can get the stop they need to get the ball back to the offense. And on the ground they go with a running back. And some room to maneuver. And he'll go out of bounds down inside the 15-yard line. So the run gets them the first, and now they operate with a fresh set of downs. And they'll go on the ground. He'll get this down inside the 10 for a pickup of about 3. And in this situation with a lead, fourth quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
And this will probably be the last play they can squeeze in here before the 2-minute warning.
Defense always has to be careful in this situation. A lot of teams like to take a shot.
Time for a break. We'll come back, see what transpires after this. So the Cardinals, they've got the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And to give this time to the tailback. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. A great effort there. His second touchdown of the game, his third on the year. And the Cardinals will extend their lead.
Well, it'd be real easy to say that they are firmly in control right now, but I'm looking at your face and I'm thinking I've got to be careful with that.
Well, it's a 2-score game. You're inside of 2 minutes. I think you can breathe relatively easily now.
Yeah, you can, but still, you got to stay vigilant. Can't give up anything cheap and easy. That could put you in some jeopardy.
The Cardinals set now to kick this one away, and off we go. The Cardinals defense now, they make their way back out there. Last drive, touchdown surrendered. Here, see if they can stop them.
It's always a constant battle of letting the last series go, good or bad, but especially bad. Give up a touchdown. Okay, forget the finger pointing, forget the blame. Go back out and play the defense you know you're capable of and help your team out.
And probably look to the leaders as always.
As always. They're good.
Pressure comes and the Cardinals bring him down. They'll wind up losing 3 there on the sack. Good pressure, and it's second down. And now they're in the hurry-up. On second down, here's Newton. They find some open field here. Give him 6 on the play, and all of a sudden here it's third down. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Throwing on third down, Newton. And that is incomplete. They got pressure there and only rushing 3.
And there's a defensive coordinator right now who is celebrating not just getting home with 3 there, but realizing if that's the type of pressure he can get in the entire game, then his pass defense is going to be excellent. You're dropping 8. Where are you going to go with the football?
Desperation time. Newton, fourth down. And that is incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Cardinals will now take over with excellent field position. So with that, we can just about close the book on this one, Charles.
Yeah, what's the old expression about slim and none? Well, Slim just left town on that
They're
one.
down to none?
Yes, exactly right.
So out now come the Cardinals. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly.
And the Rams are going to go ahead and take another timeout. That'll be their second, so one more chance to stop the clock here. And we'll be back. And a new set of downs here after picking up the first on the ground. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he's able to get this inside the 10 now to the 9. And it appears we've got a member of the Rams shaken up on that last play. We'll check on his status when we get back. And they'll go with the ground attack here. And he loses the football a second time. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, I'm guessing that on the sidelines there might be a few words said about that mistake there, but I don't think it's going to hurt them in the long run. They're still going to get out of here with a win.
Yeah, they got the 2-score cushion, but you know what coaches say, Charles? Finish strong.
Finish the game out the way it's supposed to be played. In fact, coaches might be secretly happy. Gives them a chance to do a little extra coaching next week.
Now a play fake here on first down. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and it's going to be a first down. Well done.
I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top part, catching the football, right, whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it, comes together with the legs, in this case the feet, doing a little toe tap to stay in bounds and complete the catch.
And a great job by our crew on the camera shot. Love when you see the grass or on the field turf, those rubber pellets flying up. Great catch. Wide open receiver complete. They get 39 yards out of that one. And it'll be a Los Angeles first down. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry up. And with the clock ticking under 50 seconds now, he spikes it. Well, not the position they want to be in. Still a very, very small chance here, but they almost need a miracle.
Agreed. That means they've got to get it to the sidelines, get out of bounds, and preserve clock.
Throwing again is Newton. He's got his man on the crossing route. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for third down. And the offense moving quickly to the line. Newton looking to throw on 3rd and 1. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. It's a gain of 3, and it gets him to first. Well, they've had a great, impressive drive going here, and that pickup ensures the drive continues.
And not only do you continue the drive, which is demoralizing for the guys on the defensive side of the ball right now, but you make your own defense happy. They're able to get a little more rest over on the sidelines while this one continues downfield.
On 1st and 10, Newton. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. And he is out of bounds, looks like right at the 15. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up a second and just about a few inches here. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
Back to throw, Newton. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. The safety blitz staged to perfection that time as they sack him for a loss of 6. And they're able to stop it here on the spike with 3 seconds remaining. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. One last throw here for Newton. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. A great read, and it's picked off. And that will write a finish to this ball game. Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking.